Typically, there are many steps in a bug life cycle. But to understand this, honestly, not many companies using them. And as far as latest technologies on or modern product companies not using many of them. So in general, you have to understand this first. What you have to understand first is what is a defect or a bug means. So that there are multiple words will be going around like issue, bug, defect, discrepancy. These are all means the same thing. It's one way or another, it doesn't meet expectation. Whose expectation changes the word, like a developer's expectation could be an issue, a tester's expectation could be a discrepancy, a project manager's expectation written in a documentation could be a defect. So it's all about who is expecting from whom is the idea behind what is a bug and what is its life cycle is. So in theory, what you can see it in the screen, a new defect is something newly created, and when it's created it will not be directly assigned. It would be talked with different developers who may be the right person to fix it, maybe because he or she owns the right microservice which causes the bug and all those things. So lot of other factors can creating this situation of to whom we need to assign and when we need to assign. That is also important, right? So if you are running in a sprint life cycle, you have to think about when we can fix these bugs. Some of them will be UI improvements, some of them will be functional blockers, some of them will be service improvements or internal code quality improvement issues. So those can be deprioritized based on what we are working on right now. If it is in maintenance phase, all bugs are equally maintained. But if you are in a new feature looking for production situation, there may be situations that we don't want to spend too much time on visual, make it pixel perfect or make it the error message better or something like that. So in that situation, the defect can be in a non-assigned state for a long time. So when it is assigned, it may be assigned to some developer, but they might be keeping it open, and then they might be picking it from their cycle as well. Obviously 80% will goes to feature addition and 20% goes to bug fixes. So even if a developer is assigned, he or she may not start it immediately, but at some point they will start it. They will call it as open, then they fix it, they send it for, they deploy the code fix into the QA environment and they call it pending retest, and the tester again picks that ticket and retest it. And if that bug is verified or the bug fix is verified, then you might change it to verified, then we can close it or reopen to the same cycle to go block on that. And why we are having all these status is because we wanted to, we might be having multiple testers testing the same application, and multiple testers from different microservices may come back with different issues, but all of them, the root cause can be the same. So in that situation, all these defect tickets are very useful to make it okay, this is a duplicate of that and it all can be assigned to someone. So you have to understand that scenario when we wanted to fix mostly defined by product owners, and there is a different story about defect advocation and talking or convincing other people this is an important bug is defect advocation. That could be the reason. But if you think about it, in small product companies the entire cycle will be simple, 3 or 4 steps. It will be open and fixed or pending review and stuff. So based on the company and based on the product, these number of steps might differ, but this is the basic idea about what is the life cycle or specific to defect life cycle means and what it differentiate between each steps.